not one of the. I wear Where did they go anyway? Where did Mom and Dad sit?
Julie Brazen, this is your opportunity to return the favor for that wonderful reference letter I wrote for you. Come on down to the stage, please, Julie. Thank you.
Can you see?
Please now join us in singing the national anthem.
Is the daughter of Paul and Maureen Murad, class treasurer for 4 years, active participant in leadership, newspaper, yearbook, Tiffany Weiss, daughter of Richard and Jean Weiss. Tiffany has been class president for 2 years, a 4-year participant in the Student Congress, a member of National Honor Society, leadership, marching band, and Spanish club. She also is a 2-time recipient of letter in track and field and cross country. She plans to attend Grand Valley State University. Sherry Darnell, daughter of Royal and Debbie Darnell. Sherry is vice president of graduating class, a 3-year member of Student Congress in leadership, and also varsity soccer player. She plans to attend Central Michigan University. Her endeavors include becoming a sign language interpreter, studying marine biology, and nursing. Ladies, the microphone is yours.
Senior year is not only the end, but it is also a new beginning. Together, we are ending a chapter today and starting a new one tomorrow. As class officers, we would like to reflect on our past 4 years and view the possibilities of the future. First, we would like to thank everyone who has donated anything from gifts of money, use of their talents, and even some time they have taken out of a busy day. To the parents, your love has guided us over the past 13 years, from the playground to driver's ed, and now sitting here while we finish our journey. We owe it to the teachers who worked with us under any circumstance, and even the businesses who have serviced us with supplies. The job of a class advisor is not easy. The work that our sponsors have done over the past 4 years will never be forgotten. After the spotlight was done shining, sometimes there was very little credit given to their labor. From the beginning, Mrs. Swerkos and Mrs. Hershensteel have left their doors open for us. They have taught us leadership and patience. They have been organized during homecoming, supportive when our fundraisers flop, and comforting when everyone is stressed. Much of what we have accomplished can be contributed to Mrs. Swerkos and Mrs. Hershensteel. We are deeply gratified for the support they have given us. Their work will be lasting in our memories forever, for they have given us the opportunity to create the moments that make high school so memorable. They have given us a special kindness that not a parent or a teacher could give. No matter what the circumstance was, they believed in us. They taught us anything was possible. Thank you. There are 392 seniors leaving Milford High School today. But there is also another very special graduation. Mr. Bruce Gilbert, who has been here for 27 years, is taking a new position. He was the principal at our school before we had even started kindergarten. And he has made Milford a tremendous experience for us. The situations that he has shared and led us through will never be forgotten. His dedication to the students will be greatly missed. We are lucky to go out. Congratulations and best of luck to Mr. Gilbert, class of 2011. Freshman year was a new beginning for everyone. We came from different schools to meet new people and learn how to work together. Our first project was homecoming. The thought of building a float was overwhelming. However, we stuck together, and with all our participation, what would have only been a papier-mâché head turned into an eye-popping spectacular. We were one of the freshman classes to ever win float building. We also learned that planning is the key to success. When Winterfest came around, our hallway display turned into a disaster. Trying to create the look of snow, we splattered paint on a gigantic piece of paper hanging in the commons. It was not until after we finished that we realized the paint was not only on the paper, but the carpet, the showcase, the ceiling, and the drywall as well. We were fined for a new paint job, but then again, we had an excuse. We were only freshmen. As we approached our sophomore year, a realization came over us. We were no longer freshmen. No more of those corny freshman jokes. And most of all, at pep assemblies, we were no longer the ones being chanted at "Go home, freshmen." It was now our turn to chant that at the incoming freshmen. We jumped right into homecoming activities as soon as we could. It was our first year to perform in air band, and so we weren't really sure what to expect. With the homecoming theme of music, we chose Grease as our main theme for the festivities. Our performance at the pep assembly blew everyone away, from the poodle skirts and leather jackets to the difficulty of our dance. We had the whole school cheering us on. Float building was another success for us. We continued to top everyone else with our life-size race cars that moved, and for the second consecutive year, we took first place. Our victory wasn't the only reason that float was so important. That was also the first time we introduced Barbie to our class. Since we weren't allowed to put people on our floats, we used a my-size Barbie doll instead. From that point on, she has remained our class mascot. We progressed with our prosperous year by putting on one of the best dances here at Milford High. From the red carpet entrance to Tinkerbell hanging from the ceiling, we made everyone feel as if they were really once upon a dream. We changed the expectations of so many people by creating a Winter Fest that many look upon as their most memorable night here at MHS. Although there were many positive aspects of our sophomore year, we were forced to face the tragic loss of a loyal teacher, Jason Martin. His mischievous wit was what separated him from every other teacher. He made it easy for students to relate with him and touch the lives of everyone he met. Dealing with such a misfortune as early as our sophomore year only taught us that we could handle any obstacle that came our way.
Junior year ended a mere 8 weeks before senior year began. Yet it seems like so much time has passed between now and then. Junior year at Class United, we placed our memories of Highland and Muir in the back of our minds and moved forward as one class. We demonstrated our unity when homecoming came around. Although we had a mild setback, we were shocked to lose float billing for the first time. We didn't let this stop us. We went on to win Spirit Week, Air Band, and put on an out-of-this-world homecoming. For most of us, junior year was the most difficult. We overextended ourselves to impress colleges with our transcripts. Standardized tests were thrown at us left and right with the PSATs, ACTs, and NEET. Pressure that was placed on us forced us to abandon childhood and make adult decisions. Failure taught us, we learned from our mistakes. One such mistake was the Revere Float fundraiser. We didn't make a dime on it, but it taught us a lesson in fundraising, and we had fun making a mess. With the year's end fast approaching, our class began the difficult task of planning for prom. We never turned a volunteer away. We appreciate the dedication of those of you who weren't necessarily officers or representatives. After visiting several dumps, we chose Petrozellos to hold one of the most important nights of our lives. After the stress of our junior year was over, we could focus on a fun senior year and a fulfilling future. Senior year came faster than we had expected. Our high school days were about to come to an end. Together as a class, we have made senior year an incredible year for us all to remember. We started off the year by winning Spirit Week, Float Billing, and Air Band. And we ended the year with a beautiful prom. Prom was a year-long planning project. After-school dedication was necessarily and greatly appreciated. In result, we had our final dance of our high school years. Now we are brought here today to say goodbye to those 4 years that we thought would never end. We are brought here not as Highland and Muir, but as Milford. When we leave here today, we are leaving as one, Milford High School, the class of 2001.
The senior student body was offered many opportunities for participation and contribution. There was homecoming, prom, air band, and Spirit Week, all very successful, and each of us had different, lasting memories of these occasions. It was often said, if only more had come to help. But what we should realize is that the contribution of the individual as part of the few is what benefits the many. This is the class of 2001. This is the first graduating class of Milford High School of the 21st century. You have graduated from high school. This was your first, most important choice. You chose to participate in an institution. Now you have the choice to participate in life. Some of us will go on for more training in colleges. Some of us will contribute right out of the gate. Whatever the choice, everyone is necessary. The world economy is truly global. Our nation is the strongest nation in the world, and we are the land of opportunity. Innovation is abundant, and technology is expanding. We have cell phones, the internet, wonder drones, and we've mapped the human genome. All of these things exist because individuals work together. Only a handful created what millions use every day. Knowing that we are the generation of the future, what will you become? The creator or the user of tomorrow? This event marks our first milestone. Now we have a choice. We can contribute, be the handful that provides for the many, or we can consume and take from those that provide. In the lottery, tickets are no longer at $1 million. Tickets have reached the $100 million mark. We no longer live a sheltered high school life. We have entered the real world. Don't sit back and buy a ticket. Don't be a survivor or want to be a millionaire. Provide, create, lead, support, contribute, vote, be involved in life.
We would like to present Mrs. Swerkos and Mrs. Surgeon Steele with Thank you.
It is now my pleasure to introduce the valedictorians and salutatorians of the class of 2001. Would you please rise and I'll call you up and we'll have them come across the stage, and please remain standing on the stage till all are introduced. Christine Bukta, daughter of Robert and Mary Beth Bukta. She participated on the debate team, Quiz Bowl, SAD. This fall, Christine plans to attend Eastern Michigan University. She is enrolled in College of Business and plans on majoring in advertising and public relations. After her degree from college, she intends on working for CFW Creative Sports Advertising. She hopes one day to manage her own ad agency that specializes in sports. Jonathan Caller, son of John and Charlene Caller. He's been involved in center stage, jazz band, school musicals, National Honor Society, tennis, soccer, football, and Student Congress Vice President. He will be attending an honors program at Cypress College in California. He'll be a full-time student and a member of the Young Americans program. After 2 years, he will transfer to UCLA. Although he does not have a career choice yet, his priority is happiness. Keith Cooney. Keith is the son of Dennis and Brenda Cooney, a member of National Honor Society, Spanish Club, varsity bowling, and intramural bowling. He will be attending Lawrence Tech University on a scholarship that has been been awarded to him and plans to get a degree in electrical engineering. Robert D'Ambrosi, son of John and Renee D'Ambrosi, has been active in the Communications Club, intramural bowling, and a member of National Honor Society. His goal is to become an electrical engineer and will also be attending Lawrence Tech Institute on a scholarship. After receiving a bachelor's degree, he plans to go work for a corporation and continue on to receive his master's degree. Jeffrey Gore, son of Richard and Jan Gore, Science Olympiad captain, debate team captain, quiz bowl, National Honor Society, German Club, SAD, and the tennis program. Jeff plans to attend Michigan State University in Lyman Briggs School, majoring in both chemistry and chemical physics. He would like to attend graduate school and eventually obtain a PhD in chemistry. He plans to teach chemistry and participate in research Our next graduation speaker is Jeffrey Patel. I introduced him before and indicated he plans to attend University of Michigan Honors College and pursue his career as a novelist. He'd like to recognize his inspirational influences, Rolla and Patricia Anderson, Jamie and John Patel, Derek Bob, Tim Donahue, Martin Lindbergh, and many of his fellow students, and of course, his mother and father. Jeffrey?
I am really nervous right now. So if I start talking like this, please don't laugh, because it will really not do good things for my self-esteem. Well, guys, we graduated. You know what that means, but I don't want to say it. Responsibility. We've run from it as long as we can, but it's finally caught up to us. My first experience with responsibility was terrifying. My parents had gone to Vegas for the week and we had the house to ourselves. That's it, no parents for a week, baby. I was strutting around chanting, I am the master of my own destiny. Ha ha! Well, I came to one of those moments when I could no longer stand the impression of my socks. So I took them off and threw them on the floor. Aha, socks, in your face. I yawned and went about my merry way. But the next morning, when I woke up, the strangest thing happened. The socks were still on the floor. I stopped. What the heck? What are you doing there? Shouted at the socks. Clothes don't belong on the floor. They belong in hammers or dressers. Go on. Get in the hamper. They were going. They just sat there. And then it dawned on me. Responsibility means having to pick up after yourself. And it means other things too, like earning money, making decisions, remembering things. And our moms won't even be there to remind us. The idea of responsibility is terrifying. But we must have been taught somewhere how to deal with it. I look back on 13 years of formal education for clues and was immediately confronted with trigonometry. Pythagorean theorems. Told you. See that there? Quadratic equations. No. The answer won't be found in math. No Lindbergh. No Kittle. Insipid Kittle, who has caused me the pain of 1,000 deaths. The answers will not be found in math. So I dug deeper, past the mounds upon mounds of math propaganda, and it was there that I struck gold, in the words and advice of my family and teachers. One teacher of mine, Mr. Boda, his daughter Christy, valedictorian, he once said to me, people don't want to hear you say, I couldn't get this done because this and this happened to me. They want to hear you say, I got this done, despite the fact that this and this happened to me. We must be proactive. My father drills this into me every day. He won't shut up about it. We must dictate our lives, not let our lives dictate us. And another thing, this is my mom. Foresight. Think ahead. How will this decision affect me 10 years down the line? If we live too much in the now, overindulge in alcohol and drugs, spend wastefully, act impulsively, we will pay in the long run. We've all seen it happen a million times on VH1, behind music. We must learn from the past how to plan for the future on a related subject. We must avoid prejudice, not just towards people, but towards new ideas and ways of doing things. Mr. Pearson, may I love Mr. Pearson, he taught me this one. Henry Ford didn't get rich by inventing the automobile. It had been around for 50 years. He got rich by finding a quick and efficient way of constructing one. Likewise, we must not be quick to throw out an idea because it seems off the wall, because it just be that idea that compels us over it. One final thing. My grandfather tells me, responsibility breeds independence. And he says that independence is one of the greatest accomplishments known to man. To be truly master of your own destiny, not just some moron shouting at his socks. So, Let's think about this. Responsibility. It can be bad, as we have to pick up our clothes and stuff. But we also have that great feeling of independence, knowing that we can survive on our own without anybody's help. Plus, I've been led to believe that if we act with intelligence and a little couth, it just may be possible to engineer our lives so that we can afford to buy highly mechanized robots to pick up our clothes for us. So anyway, guys, that's it. There's no going back. I want to send out mad props to my boys at the Schlieffen Plane and the Order of the Deer Blood, Mom and Pop. Let's go, guys. There's no turning back.
Dr. O'Brien, I'm glad I'm not following that one. We have many platform guests that I'd like to introduce at this time. They're members of the Board of Education and Administration in the Huron Valley School System. This is what is a board member. Board members are community members. They've all had children go through our school system. They guide, make policy, and give us a direction for this fine school system in Huron Valley Schools, which we are all a part of. It's my pleasure at this time to introduce the Board of Education. Starting on the right, Ms. Carol Borich, Vice President of the Board of Education.
Now for the audience, there's a little bit of anticipation here, so bear with me. But could I have the parents and guardians of our graduates please stand? Parents and guardians of our graduates, please stand. Let's give them a welcome round of applause. Not to be forgotten, the inspiration of a generation, those that we honor routinely and who have loved us without qualification. Let's have the grandparents in the crowd please stand for another warm round of applause. Grandparents. If I could just indulge as a parent and superintendent, Dan's grandparents, Helen and Bob O'Brien, are in the crowd tonight also. Let's now make sure we don't forget anyone. How about great-grandparents who would be in the crowd? Any great-grandparents here this evening? Please, if you're here, stand and let us recognize them. One final recognition and a few words, if I may. But you know, your brothers and sisters have put up with an awful lot of you guys, especially this week. Let's have the brothers, the sisters, and any others stand up. Many of you will head for college, while others of you will join the workforce. Still others will pursue the military, and there are those of you who will kick back and decide what to do next. Each is an option, each is your right. All have varied responsibilities and opportunities. All of you are faced with the same questions. Why am I here? What is my purpose? We all have reason for being here. Whether you believe in a divine plan, karma, kismet, or fate, we all exist for a purpose. The exciting part is that you get to choose your purpose. You can even change it several times for some of you. Hopefully, for the sake of parents paying for college, it will be after you earn your degree, not during. Take a moment to grasp this. You literally can do anything, as long as you have a purpose, as long as you have goals. To help you along, let me share with you a few examples of people that have had very strong goals, but were initially perceived having little chance of attaining them, and struggled to succeed when no one else thought they could. The sports expert once said of Vince Lombardi, a legendary football coach, he possesses minimal football knowledge, lacks motivation, and is not likely to succeed at anything meaningful in life. We know his fired by a newspaper editor for lack of ideas and also went bankrupt several times, and he was turned down 5 times for a loan to build Disneyland. The loan officer indicated in his write-up, "I can't imagine anyone paying money to go ride around in a teacup." The question then is not just to do you have a goal, will you stick to them when you don't get what you want? I'm not talking about making your first million. I hope you all do very soon. I certainly think it'll be difficult. And I'm also not talking about owning a Lamborghini. I'm referring to lifelong challenges. What you want to accomplish or become before the casket closes. My advice is to start planning now, to leave your mark in the world. Don't be overwhelmed by this idea. Please don't be bored about it. Instead, embrace and visualize it. Close your eyes and see yourself achieving those things that you only dream about. Who is with you? Are you young or are you old? Does your dream touch many or just a few? Is there applause and fanfare or just the grateful hug of someone you've helped? Remember this feeling so you can recapture it again and again. Yes, I said again. Your goals should be worth repeating. In turn, they should spark new life dreams and aspirations. One of life's lessons that I have found very useful is that when you don't give up and you work really hard, you often become lucky. As you choose your goals, consider your priorities. What or who should take precedence in your life? Your priorities help you frame your life's ambitions, and believe me, ambition and attitude can accomplish almost anything. When setting your goals and priorities, don't be selfish. This is another lesson I think that really comes hard at times as we try to strive to move ahead and get recognition. Think less of getting and more of giving. You've heard all the cliches. What goes around comes around. You reap what you sow. It's better to give than receive. They all ring with truth. The power of giving, whether it be your talents or your time, resonates energy that returns to you in many forms. It may be the friend who's there when you need a hand. It may be the job you always wanted. It may be the spouse or child you yearn for. It may be the trip of a lifetime. Caring and giving of yourself is like a drop of food coloring in a glass of water. At first it is dark and concentrated, and slowly it flames into the water. It swirls and mixes, changing the water to a new color. You can be that single drop that colors the world for a person, a company, or an organization. You can be the drop of inspiration that motivates someone. You can be the spark that ignites. You can be the touch that heals. You can be the hero. Everyone has his or her image of a hero. When I was young, my heroes were Al Pilon, John Blanton, and most importantly, John F. Kennedy. Martin Luther King ran high on my list. I admired him deeply. Today's heroes are Michael Jordan, Britney Spears, Bill Gates, Mel Gibson. Speaking of heroes reminds me of one article by Work Forever. It featured a quiz about famous people. I'm not going to read all the questions, but there are a couple. I hope they make the point. One question from the first quiz. This is a quiz now. The last task the superintendent I get to do these things, to torture you one more time. Name the 5 wealthiest people in the world. That's the first question on the first quiz. Think about it for a moment. How did you do? Well, if you're like most of us, you're not going to remember yesterday's headliners or even something that seems so important in a world full of material gain. Well, let's take the second quiz. First question. Name 3 of the teachers who helped you in school, made you feel valued and appreciated. How long did it take you to remember that? My point is, I bet this quiz was much easier, and I'm sure the point is also very obvious. To quote Morgan Grimm, it isn't those with the biggest names who make the biggest difference in our lives, it's those with the biggest hearts. I heard a wonderful example of this last week. The owner of a towing service in Fenton, remember our tornado week last week? Some of us remember it more than we want, closing schools and hitting buses back to garages and so on. But the owner of a towing service in Fenton huddled together with his employees and customers in a small back office as the tornado demolished the very building in which they were in. When they emerged from the wreckage, Woody, the owner, surveyed the damage. His business was decimated. There was nothing left except the tow truck. But then his cell phone rang. A caller needed help moving cars destroyed by the storm, so leaving his business in shambles, he went to the aid of others. When asked why he was leaving, Woody replied, "I can't do anything for anyone here. I might as well go help where I can." You too can be a hero. We each possess the traits of a hero. Make sure you, when called, do as Woody did, and go help where you can. I want to share with you one last bit of advice. Old folks like me always want one more word. Dr. Richard Carlson in his book, Don't Sweat the Small Stuff, it's all small stuff, and believe me, it's all small stuff. He states, life is a test. It is only a test. There are many and they usually aren't all that serious. In other words, don't take life too seriously. Problems and responsibilities are just opportunities to succeed. Choose wisely. Learn as you go. Good luck on all your tests. Remember, each test fortifies you, makes you stronger, so you can be that foundation for the next generation. Good luck to you.